Nobody talks about this part of TikTok Shop, but this is why most affiliates never make any sales. See, when we're making content, we have to understand that we have 5 different pillars. Now, pillar number 1 is going to be the content accelerator. So it's basically where you guys are having not enough videos being posted and you don't even know how to even generate some views. My strategy, or I guess solution for this, is that you have to always make sure you pick one content style and stick for at least 7 to 14 days. We don't want to be testing everything and anything, because the moment that you do, you're literally going to be all over the freaking place. So study videos that already went viral for your product, recreate the structure, not the acting, but use simple hooks. I mean, you're a beginner, you don't understand how to create some content, so you got to keep it as simple as possible. For example, you can even start off with hooks that watch this before X. I didn't realize until I tried X, right? Track which clip gets the highest retention, and that way you're able to double down on those. Post daily for data, not perfection, and that way TikTok can even consider pushing you out, because TikTok loves consistent creators. Pillar number 2 is going to be turning viewers into sales. Now, in this certain kind of situation, people basically know how to get views, but they don't know how to convert them into sales, because I always tell everybody there's a difference between going viral and making some money on top of that. So starting from now on, I want you to make your first 3 seconds show the problem of the product that fits into your ideal audience. And I'm not talking about an audience of general, like let's say for example, women. I need to make sure that you are diving a little bit more deeper. Women, and specifically between the ages of 20 to 25, maybe they're still going to college, whatever the heck it may be. Start making your video story driven instead of product driven. Like for example, this is what one I've been using. This is why this one didn't disappoint me. Or use common paintings, so that way to explain which variant, color, or version you use. So that way it builds curiosity, because when you build curiosity, people buy when it doesn't feel like a sales pitch. Now it sounds like something is genuine, like a genuine conversation between the viewer itself and you as the creator. Usually when creators master pillar number 1 and pillar number 2, they start making some sales. But they start running into situations where their videos aren't set up to keep earning for you, right? They pop off one day and then they freaking die. You guys don't know how to freaking recreate your trends or whatsoever. Do not worry, because honestly, just by following this right here that I'm about to show you, is literally what's gonna make you consistent freaking money. You have to build videos that answer the new questions that viewers might ask. Use product anchors, hands-on clips, comparison, reactions, or maybe even study more of your freaking comments. What are the people asking about in your freaking videos? Because for example, let's say you're promoting collagen. You're promoting collagen for clear skin, wrinkles, but then people are asking, hey, is collagen really good for joint pain? Is it good for back pain or whatever? You do the research, you realize that collagen is actually good for that. Boom. Money right there, right in your freaking faces. It's nothing that you have to worry about anymore. The thing is that you guys overthink your freaking content. It is super simple once you understand who your ideal audience is and what are they in seek for out of the product that you are promoting. But if you want to be a lazy ass, then you're never gonna understand and know who the heck are you even selling to. But anyways, by pillar number 4, we're already going to be working with brands. We're going to be locked down on certain niches, certain products, certain categories, whatever the heck you name it, right? But the situation is that you're going to be stuck blending in with everyone else. No real trust, no brand deals, no standout presence, right? You're copying the exact same thing that everybody's doing. You're saying the same thing. You're promoting the same angle. You literally sound like every advertisement on the freaking For You page, which is ultimately going to lead you into failure. So how can we fix that? What you want to do is pick one POV identity. Use repeatable phrases that become part of your brand. Show your face at least 1 to 2 seconds for trust, and then share mini stories. Do some storytelling. Maybe do some skits. Maybe do some middle of funnel type of content. I always try to recreate something out of what everybody else is doing. Perfect example is when people were doing the Goldie Ashwagandha. How were people recreating? How were they making them so stand out? Instead of using freaking the sodas with the Mentos, they started using balloons. They started using the cups, right? The reactive cups. The reason why that works so well is because, yes, it was the overall same kind of message, but in a more creative way, which made them stand out from everybody else around them. And last but not least, pillar number 5, this is really when it comes down to you already skilled with TikTok Shop, you're starting to make some sales, you don't know what the heck to do after that. Now, you've probably been accepting low commission and free products because you don't know what's really possible to negotiate. You probably are scared of it, you don't know what the heck to do. Well, here's exactly what you're going to start doing starting from now on if you've already been making some money with TikTok Shop. Start tracking your freaking sales. Brands love data. Right, message brands with your results after a week or 2. If you're already making some sales with the freaking brands, you have to make sure you reach out to them, right? There's always more money to freaking milk out of it. And I always tell everybody, if you can make two sources of different income, why the heck are you not doing it? One source of income is with your videos, another one is from the brand themselves because they're paying you for your content. Now, if you don't know what to even say, I wrote something perfect for you. You can just reach out to them and say, hey guys, I've driven X amount of orders. Are you open to increase the commission? Now, I don't want you to go freaking crazy asking for a crazy raise and there's a huge like 50% commission. But no, ask for just small increases first, right? You're getting yourself out in the space. You're starting to understand how this whole thing works. Brands they don't really know who you are in reality. But if you increase your rates just little by little by little, by the time you know it, you're gonna have the rate that you've been dreaming for. Now, last but not least, you have to understand that you have to make your content not as a content cycle, but now as a content funnel. Because after extensive research, I've actually found that good content creators, they don't master making new ideas, but rather from stealing them. But there will be multiple touch points and hours of time spent before making their video go viral, and not just about copying, right? For example, the 80-20 rule, where you take 80% of the idea of the initial original video and you add 20% of your touch. It works so well because you're keeping the same angle, the same freaking overall message that has sold, that had grabbed a lot of the attention, but then you're adding your little twist into it, which makes it now more creative, and now it brings a whole new heck of an audience to your video. I'm not even kidding. I've actually tested this theory with a few close friends of mine. I spent times in random group calls, giving value, sharing my wins, literally just joking the heck around about this. I didn't post any content prior to the new styles. They ended up buying into me because of the new idea I brought into the freaking table, right? I made 32K in less than 30 days from just a new angle that just was revived all over again.